Well, it's the battle of the land versus the battle of the sea. The Lady Bobcats up against the Manta Rays. Florida State College of Jacksonville coming to New Richie, Florida. The Bobcats hoping to get their first ever home conference win as they struggled recently. Hello, I am Robert Lischak, your voice for Bobcat Sports, and this is Bobcat Pregame Now, the pregame show, the insight, the analysis of all of your Bobcat sports. Here it is women's volleyball. The Bobcats hoping to do some magic tonight. They've struggled recently. Again, yesterday losing, or should I say Wednesday, losing against one of their opponents, an undefeated conference team, that being the Lady Lakehawks. So Bobcat pregame now. Let's talk about the Bobcats here in New Richie, Florida. The stats you need to know as a coaching staff goes this way. They have right now 9.35 kills per set. That's down from their last game against, again, Lake Sumter State College, that undefeated conference team. And then you look at the digs, 13.3 digs per set, 1.51 hitting percentage, again, down from their last game. They are 0-3. They have yet to win a home conference game, a conference game away. Again, they are seeking their first ever conference win in general this season, and they have a 2-8 overall record entering into the 11th game tonight of the season. They are 10th in the division, and they're on a 3-game losing streak. They lost against Gulf Coast State College. They lost against Pensacola. Now they lost on Wednesday against Lake Sumter State College. As for Florida State College of Jacksonville, they actually have some lower statistics on hand. 7.91 kills per set, or just about 8 kills per set. That's, again, lower than PHSC, lower than their last game they had on their respective schedule. They have 10.26 digs per set and 2.24 blocks per set. Again, a dig is when a player tries to go on the ground and saves the ball when the play is trying to, stay alive. And the blocks, I should say, is when they are blocking it on the top of the net. They're blocking a shot that could potentially be a point. So you're going to see about 2.5 maybe blocks from this team according to the data. They are 1-3 in conference, right? They have a .250 win percentage. So they're about the same level as Pasco-Hernando, and they have a 4-6 overall record entering tonight. They're 7th in the division. So for Pasco-Hernando, they are up with some pretty even competition. It's not like a ranked opponent. It's not like a undefeated team like Lake Sumter. And for the Florida State College of Jacksonville Manta Rays, they are 1-3 away. They do not have a winning record away, which could be the key piece for the Lady Bobcats to potentially win out and get their first ever home conference win. And as we transition, we look at the overall record through recent games. They're only 1-4 in the past 5 games. That's not really good, especially with what has happened. Again, most of the games are at home. They are against conference opponents that could potentially later on be competitors in the playoffs if PHSC turns it around later this season. Again, their last loss was against Lake Sumter State College, 1-3. PHSC always had this beginning hot streak, and then they would fade and simmer down, and that's the formula that's happened with this team, the simmering, and then not being able to rise back up after a hot start. So now we talk about coach talk, right? We talk about what the Bobcats need to do. You see at the last broadcast, nothing's really changed. Speed, speed, speed is the main subject here because, again, the other team is just faster. It's about response. It's about communication. It's about that orientation where the Bobcats have to do something quick. They got to be better than the other team. Thread the needle on passing. Communication was such a vital part for PHSC, and they've had some great plays. Again, Brackens, Hernandez. They've had Sydney Freyer. Again, when they have 3 up on the net, they seem to have pretty good communication. But when the pressure starts building up, when the opposite team is having a further ahead lead, that's when the communication starts to break down and they have to reset. But resetting can be very difficult, especially when the task is to win in 3 sets. You never know what's going to happen in volleyball. It's such a long duration of time to see who can be able to get stronger, faster. And then you look at serving accuracy, right? They improved last game. There were some great serves that turned into points for PHSC. There was some patience up front in the net when the opposite team was serving. But again, that's the main factor for this team is to improve on serving accuracy tonight, because that's the main goal of Deanne Wilson this season, the head coach of the Lady Bobcats. And again, can you bounce back? That is just the vital question here. You have seen this team go up in a situation where they've won a set, or they were down by a couple points and they lost a set. Okay, now it's time to reset. 1 point at a time. That's the phrase that Deanne Wilson and company has been saying all season. But that 1 point at a time mindset has not been fully implemented because of the youth and the inexperience. Again, you have brand new roster. You only have 4 returners. And again, the leadership, the dynamic here is to improve in year 1 for some of these players here. But can you bounce back is so vital. Can you go ahead? And even if you are down 0-2, even if you're down 0-1, even if you lose a set by a couple points, can you take that positive momentum in between the first and second set and do something, right? The pressure is on, and unfortunately, it's boiling in here. The pasta's spilling all over the place. They can't clean it up. So the Bobcats have to do that. They have to clean up their game. They have to know the sense of urgency is important. They are 2-8, right? If this was the NFL in week 10, and this was the Washington Commanders, there'd be people on ESPN tomorrow saying they're done. There's no way they can come back around. Well, I believe in the Bobcats here. There is some potential with this team, with Freyer, with Hernandez, with O'Call. We have seen it with Brackens up front. We know the team is capable of some fantastic plays and some digs and some saves. The Bobcats just have to spread it more evenly tonight. And with that, 3 minutes and 23 seconds until the Bobcats take on the Manta Rays. Can the Bobcats get their first ever home conference win? Can they go ahead and change this ship? Can they go ahead and make sure the ship is not sinking? That is the question tonight. Will that be answered? We will see in just about 3 minutes. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. this time, we ask our fans to please rise and remove their hats for the playing of our national anthem. Now, it is time for our player introductions. For Florida State College of Jacksonville, number 1, number 0, Madeline Bishop. Number 1, Brianna Burton. Number 2, Kira Calter. Number 3, Haley Thornton. Number 4, Lexi Hutchinson. Number 5, Malaya Lobo. Number 6, Queen Carter. Number 7, Sophia Villalobos. Number 8, Carla Hines. Number 9, Kennedy Walker. Number 10, Julissa Rivera. Number 11, Carly Rivera. Number 13, Mason Turner. Number 14, Alan Joseph. Number 15, Zoe Buchanan. Number 16, Kira Huntley. Number 17, Lindsay Stoll. Number 19, Ashley Sturkey. Now, for your Pasco-Hernando State College Bobcats. Number 1, Valentina Sosa. Number 2, Isabella Gonzalez. Number 3, Vicky Aquino. Number 4, Alana Carter. Number 5, Sarah Hernandez. Number 6, Avery O'Connell. Number 8, Maria Rivera. Number 9, Isabella Cruz. Number 10, Katie Barber. Number 11, Kirsten Schultz. Number 12, Katie Brown. Number 13, Hannah Wallace. Number 14, Alana Solo. Number 15, Sydney Gray. Number 16, Amy George. And number 17, Andrea Bravo. Now, let's go Bobcats! Welcome back, everyone. Here, my name is Robert Lischak, your voice for Bobcat Sports. It's the Lady Bobcats up against the Manta Rays. Florida State College of Jacksonville, 4-6. The Bobcats, 2-8. It's a battle between the 7th place person or individual team in the division versus the 10th place team in the division. Again, they are playing D2 volleyball in the Sun Lakes division. The Bobcats hoping to get their first ever win in terms of conference play. They have yet to do that. They are 0-3. You have Florida State College of Jacksonville 1-3. So for the Lady Bobcats, it could be an even match in terms of play. And for the Bobcats, if they can win this today, I should say, excuse me, and then tomorrow, it could be a momentum booster, excuse me, as September 19th is their next home game, and then they go away for 7 games. You heard me, 7 games they go away. So for them to win today, and then tomorrow potentially, and then the 19th maybe, and then go on a 7-game home stretch. If they can win these 3 games at home, of course, this is conference play at this point, the Bobcats could do some real magic here, but we have to see on the results tonight. That is the question. The 2 teams here setting up. Again, we are on PHSC Athletics YouTube channel, the home YouTube channel for all of our sports here, as PHSC will have the first serve in the first set. Again, a team has to win 3 sets in order to win today's game. Number 14, Alana Stallone, the outside hitter from Orlando, Florida, puts her shot up in the air. Ball's in motion. Touch. Goes back into play. Gonzalez with the set. The hard attack by Barber. Ball is still up in play. One too many touches. Ball goes down, though. It's going to be a point for Florida State College of Jacksonville. Barber unable to grab that one as it trickled down, hitting the Bobcats' court. It is 1-0 Florida State College of Jacksonville. As number 4, Lexi Pacheco from Orange Park, Florida, the 5'4" sophomore for the Manta Rays, will be serving this time around. Defensive formation up front. Dig there by Bravo. Barber puts the ball back into the air. Hard shot and a confirmed kill there by number 5, Maliana Lodholtz, the sophomore from Sanderson, Florida. Adds a point for the Manta Rays. It is 2-0 early inside the first set. Once again, Pacheco will be serving for the Lady Manta Rays. Again, the team coming in 4-6 as that ball is up in the air. Set by Gonzalez. Hernandez with her shot. That ball is back up in the air for the Manta Rays. Barber, Gonzalez, fake out. Bravo, communication error, but nevertheless, the ball is still in motion. Gonzalez trying to keep that one in play. It is now 3-0 early inside the first set. Again, communication is so important for this team. Volleyball is such a team sport. I mean, communication up front and down the line is what makes teams so great. Hernandez with her shot. She gets the first kill and point for Pasco-Hernando. A fake out shot. That's going to be potentially revoked. Does the point stand? It does stand. It's going to be 3-1. See the official coming over to adjust the net as number 17, Andrea Bravo from Davenport, Florida, serves the ball, puts the ball in motion. There's the set. Here comes the attack. It's going to be a point for PHSC. That ball went out of play by number 11 on the roster, Carly Rivera. As Andrea Bravo for Pasco-Hernando resets here, she's going to put the ball into motion for the Lady Bobcats. Here's the touch. Now here comes the set. Fake out, attack. Ball is up in the air. Good job by the Bobcats. Set by Gonzalez. Barber with her shot. It's going to be a point for Pasco-Hernando. It's going to be 3-3 now. Game is tied early inside the first set for Pasco-Hernando. Bravo, the sophomore, puts the ball up in the air. The set, fake out, attack, ball is deflected. Counted as a point for Florida State College of Jacksonville. A block shot up front against Ella Josanova is number 16, Kira Hundley for Jacksonville. Puts the ball in motion. First touch by Bravo, and then the fake out by Hernandez. There's the set by Gonzalez. Hard shot by Barber. And the ball is deflected off the hands of a Jacksonville player. It means the game is tied 4-4. Alana Carter is in the game for Pasco-Hernando. She'll be serving. Kaylin Polano-Reyes is also in the game for PHSC. Alana Carter, the freshman from Wesley Chapel, Florida, puts the ball in the air. There's the touch, the set, fake out. Ball is reset by Bravo. Hernandez puts it back out. A hard shot by number 5 on the Jacksonville roster, Melania Lodeholtz. And the ball is deflected off a Bobcat player. I believe that was Hernandez as it went out of play. It is 5-4 now. Jacksonville in control early in the first set. PHSC only down by 1, however. Ashley Streffling, the sophomore from Galen, Michigan, is going to be serving as Deanne Wilson, with the help of the official, readjusts the net here. Ball is going to be up in motion for just a second. Here it is. Here comes the set by Carter. Ball up in the air. A confirmed kill by Hernandez. Ties the game 5-5. Hernandez with 2 kills so far in tonight's early contest, as number 15, Sydney Freyer, the libero from Palm Harbor, Florida, puts the ball in motion for Pasco-Hernando. Here's the touch, the set. Ball is going to be out of play. It was, I believe, kicked out of play by a Jacksonville player, if I'm not mistaken. And PHSC able to grab a point there. Sydney Freyer will once again reset. She puts the ball in motion. Here comes the touch. And a great opportunity there by Pasco-Hernando. Avery O'Call. And some celebration by Rays right next to her. PHSC up by 2. The speed is what is needed for the Bobcats. As that ball goes out of play by Freyer, it is now 7-6, a 1-point lead for Pasco-Hernando. Madeline Richer from Bristol, Florida, the freshman, 5'4", defensive specialist, puts the ball up in the air. First touch, here comes the set. The attack by O'Call. Ball is deflected though. Great job there. Bobcats reset. Hard shot by Rays. And that ball goes inside Jacksonville territory. PHSC up by 2, 8-6 is the score. As O'Call, the middle hitter from Ocala, Florida, will serve for Pasco-Hernando. Ball up in the air. A dig there, hard shot. Ball is deflected. Great job there by Maria Cubero. Up top, able to get the ball, put it down quickly. A 3-point lead for PHSC. 9-6 is the score. Speed is what we've been talking about all week. And they're making some great plays. Hard shot, Freyer. Nice job there. Freyer puts it back out into play. Fake out. And a hard shot there by number 7, Sofia Bouvelez, the sophomore from Kissimmee, Florida. Adds a point. And once again, the officials are looking at the net here. 9-7 is the score according to the scoreboard right now. As Kira Kaltar from Minneluca, Florida, the 5'6" freshman, wearing white there with some blue and navy striping, sets the ball in motion. Bobcats resetting, linear formation on the back line. Freyer with the dig. Freyer puts it back out. Ball back up in the air. And Cubero once again strikes easy. 10-7 is the score. PHSC leading by 3. Substitutions coming up there. Barber is back in the game. Gonzalez is back in the game, as Isabella Gonzalez will be serving now, the 5'10" setter from Miami, Florida, the sophomore on this roster. 10-7 is the score for Pasco-Hernando. Ball up in the air. Touch. The set. Here comes the attack. First touch by Bravo, then Gonzalez. Barber, ball is deflected, goes out of play though. So PHSC up now 11-7. Jacksonville down 7-11, like the gas station chain. Hopefully this game doesn't go 24 hours. That'd be pretty impossible. But again, a team has to win 3 sets, and they can do that through either, again, 3 sets or when it's tied 2-2, go into 5. Nice job there by Freyer, but the ball is deflected, goes out of play. A team has to reach 25 points in order to win a set or lead by 2 when they reach that point. A game can be tied 2-2 and we go into a 5th set. That one goes into 15 points and they have to lead by 2 when they reach that particular number. Mason Turner from Lee's Summit, Montana, or Missouri, I should say, puts the ball in motion. Ball back out in play for Jacksonville. Hard shot, ball is deflected. Kept back in play though by Jacksonville. Gonzalez with the set. Gonzalez with the save. Then Bravo. We're going back to Cologne. Ball is still kept up in the air. Excuse me on that, as we're going to have another opportunity for Pasco-Hernando. Bravo. Hard shot by Barber. Again, a little too hard on that one. We've seen her use that side in particular. It is 11-9. As Jacksonville will once again serve. Turner, the Missouri resident, puts the ball in the air. The sophomore, as Bravo to Gonzalez. Fake out. Barber. Ball is deflected with a dig. Ball set in motion. Bravo. Freyer. Here we go again. Ball is tipped up though by Barber. Goes out of play and now it is a 1-point game. 11-10 is the score. Little info on Mason Turner. Defensive specialist, a sophomore, 5'6", again from Lee's Summit, Missouri. First touch by Bravo, set. Then here comes the attack, and ball is going to be put down on the ground. PHSC with the point there. Great job up front with Bravo and Gonzalez. 12-10 is the score, as number 14, Alanis Colon, the outside hitter from Orlando, Florida, will serve the ball for PHSC. The Bobcats leading by 2 here. PHSC puts the ball in motion. The set, fake out, attack. Nice job there by Bravo. Then Gonzalez. Barber with her shot. It's a good one right there. A kill by Barber. 13-10 is the score. Instead of a hard shot, it was a nice touch up there. And PHSC up by 3. Again, in the first set. Touch, set, attack, blocked shot. Ball goes out of play. It's a point for Pasco-Hernando. The upper line there, Hernandez, Barber, and Cubero. 14-10 is the score here, as Cologne will once again serve for the Lady Bobcats. The Bobcats 2-8. Jacksonville 4-6. Bobcats hoping to get their first home conference win. As Cologne puts that ball out of play, it is 14-11. Lexi Pacheco will serve the ball for the Manta Rays. The sophomore from Orange Park, Florida. The libero puts the ball in motion. Set, fake out by Gonzalez. A defensive move by Gonzalez as she gets some celebration by her teammates. 15-11 is the score. Andrea Bravo will once again serve for Pasco-Hernando. The Davenport, Florida native, the sophomore, one of 4 on this team. Again, 13 new players this year. And a great play by Barber. Got to go fast. Faster than Sonic the Hedgehog. Glitching out into the matrix there on the top line. 16-11 is the score. That ball goes out of play. Some indecision in front of the officials there. And we're going to get a timeout. 17-11 is the score as of right now. Again, PHSC showing some early momentum here. The Bobcats using what I've said earlier in previous pregame shows, speed. Speed is what you need. It's like Lightning McQueen. You just have to go fast, but you also have to take your time when creating those momentum plays, and it seems like they have it down. The pacing is down. That's what I stress so much about with this team. The pacing is so essential. When are you going to slow down to make that fake out? When are you going to go fast when you see an opportunity where the defense on the opposite side of the net is not prepared? They're doing everything, I think, so far in this first set, what they need to do. Now the question is, if they win this first set, can they translate that to the second, to the third? That is the question, because we've seen them go full blown ahead with a steam engine and then break down like a Ford Pinto on the highway. But we don't want that. We want them in that Mustang going 90 miles an hour and securing first place, the win, the W. As the timeout will run out, 2-1. The horn will ring out here in Building K as Andrea Bravo for PHSC will be serving the ball once again. The Davenport, Florida sophomore. Ball set in motion. Here comes the set by Jacksonville. Hard shot. Ball is deflected back up in the air. And a communication error right there by O'Call and Bravo. Leads Jacksonville to a point. Again, on that front line, who was going to get that ball? Number 6, O'Call, or number 17, Bravo? And they were unable to recover. It is 17-12 now as the ball is put in motion. That ball goes out of play, though. A hard shot by number 15, Zoe Buchanan. Adds a point for PHSC, 18-12. Zoe Buchanan, the Jacksonville, Florida native, put that ball out of play as PHSC will serve now. The shot put up in the air by Carter. Ball is in motion. Fake out. Carter. Bravo. Here comes Hernandez with a shot. And Hernandez with a great shot. It is now 19-12, a 7-point lead for PHSC. Alana Carter, who served the last time, the setter from Wesley Chapel, Florida, puts the ball up in the air. Low hanging ball. A great block as Jacksonville resets. Bravo, Carter, fake out, raise. Ball is kept up in the air. Ball back out. Bravo, Carter, fake out. O'Call! O'Call's got it all. It is 20-12, an 8-point lead for the Lady Bobcats. Carter puts the ball in motion for PHSC. Here comes the set, the attack. Ball goes out of play. A hard shot by Ella Josanova leads PHSC to a point. 21-12 is the score as Carter once again for the Lady Bobcats will be serving. Ball is in motion. Ball is out of play. 21-13 is now the score. Josanova will be out of the game as number 19, Ashley Streffling from Gallon, Michigan, the sophomore, 5'4", will be serving for the Manta Rays. Ball is up in the air. Carter, fake out, raise. Ball back up, and a great kill by O'Call once again. O'Call is dynamite. Seizing the opportunity up front in the center. The Manta Rays had no chance to recover. It is 22-13. Sydney Freyer of PHSC will be serving the ball. It is up in the air. The first touch, the set, fake out, the attack. A bounce back point for Florida State College of Jacksonville. It is 22-14. With the opportunity here, Madeline Richer from Bristol, Florida, the 5'4" freshman. The defensive specialist for the Manta Rays will be serving the ball. Ball is up in the air. First touch by Bravo, then Carter. Fake out. Ball is up in the air. And a great block, but Jacksonville resets. Carter, Bravo. Ball is then deflected and goes out of play. So a blocked shot there. I believe it was from number 15. Zoe Buchanan leads PHSC to another point, 23-14. They are just 2 points away from winning the first set so far in today's contest. Ball is up in the air. Ball hits the net. And another point for Pasco-Hernando, a 10-point lead. 24-14 is the score. Avery O'Call will be serving it. The middle hitter and opposite hitter from Ocala, Florida. Ball up in the air. The set, here comes the attack. And that ball goes out of play. And PHSC wins the first set 25-14. They are up overall 1-0. PHSC doing what they need to do with speed, efficiency, communication, and better serving. The Bobcats doing everything they can to secure their first ever home conference win. But again, you never know. We are entering the second set. PHSC leading overall 1-0. We will be right back in just 2 minutes and 33 seconds. More Bobcat action coming your way. Welcome back, everyone, here in Newport Richey, Florida. I'm Robert Lyschak, your voice for Bobcat Sports. PHSC up 1-0 overall as they won 25-14 in the first set. Again, PHSC is hoping to get their first ever conference win. They are so far not having the best time after this last week. They were 0-3 in terms of conference play against ranked opponents, against undefeated opponents. But right now they're up against Florida State College of Jacksonville, who's coming in with a 4-6 overall record. It's the battle of the land and the sea. Will the Bobcats prevail and continue the hot streak after that impressive first set as we now enter the second set? PHSC wearing gray, white, and yellow. Florida State College of Jacksonville wearing blue, teal, and white. PHSC to my left, and Florida State College of Jacksonville to my right. Florida State College of Jacksonville will be serving first here. Mason Turner from Lee's Summit, Missouri will be serving for the Lady Manta Rays. The 5'6" sophomore dribbling the ball. Getting the official signal. Turner puts the ball up in the air. Gonzalez fake out set. Hernandez with the kill. A great connection with Gonzalez and Hernandez. Leads to the first point as Avery O'Call went out to Bobcats territory to go out and celebrate with her teammates, as number 17, Andrea Bravo, will be serving the ball. Ball is up in the air. Bravo with the first touch. Gonzalez with the second. Barber with the third. And Turner trying to hold on to that ball, but the hot shot of Barber leads PHSC with an early 2-0 lead inside the second set. Andrea Bravo will be serving it for Pasco-Hernando. The 5'5" defensive specialist puts the ball up in the air. Hard shot. And it's counted for Florida State College of Jacksonville. The assistant coach in shock of that call for Pasco-Hernando, but nevertheless, it is 2-1. Deanne Wilson lipping the words, wow, on that call, but nevertheless, the Bobcats resetting here. Ball up in the air by Pacheco. Barber puts it back out for PHSC into Jacksonville territory. Fake out the attack, blocked shot. Great job by O'Call. O'Call and Hernandez. Adds a point for PHSC. 3-1 is now the score early in the second set, as Alana Carter will be serving for PHSC, the freshman from Wesley Chapel, Florida. Ball up in the air. Here comes the set, the attack. Carter, Rays, ball back for Jacksonville. They reset, block shot. An attempted dig there by both Bravo and Carter. Does not happen. Unable to get it in time. It is 3-2 now, a 1-point lead for PHSC. Ball up in the air. Hard shot by O'Call. As it goes back and forth against the net, the game is tied 3-3. It leads us to an opportunity here. Kira Hundley will be serving once again for the Manta Rays. She puts the ball up in the air. The set by Carter. The shot by Hernandez. Ball is back in play, but one too many touches. And PHSC adds a point. 4-3 is the score. Hernandez is out of the game as Freyer is put back in. Sydney Freyer will be serving for PHSC. Defensive formation up front, the Great Wall of Pasco, as I like to call it, getting ready for the serve. Ball up in the air. The touch, the set, the attack. Bravo. Carter. Ball is deflected, kept back in though. And a sharp angle shot by Zoe Buchanan. ties the game 4-4. Buchanan with that one right there. The Jacksonville, Florida native ties the game 4-4. Ashley Streffling from Galen, Michigan will be serving it for the Manta Rays. Ball is up in the air. Bravo, Carter. Hard shot, goes back into play for Jacksonville. Ball is deflected once again, dig by Frayer, and that one goes out of play. So a bounce back shot by Jacksonville goes out of play. It is now 5-4. Sydney, or I should say Avery O'Call, excuse me on that, number 6, the opposite hitter from Ocala, Florida, will be serving it for Pasco-Hernando. Ball is up in the air. Carter, Frayer, Cologne. Ball is back in play though. Ball is tipped. Frayer, Cologne, and a great shot by Cologne. 6-4 on that upper right corner. Past 2 Manta Rays, it is now 6-4 with a 2-point lead for Pasco-Hernando. Once again, O'Call will be serving the ball. Touch, set, attack. And that ball goes out of play. It is now 7-4. A 3-point lead for Pasco-Hernando, as once again O'Call will be serving the Ocala, Florida freshman. Ball up in the air. The set. Fake out. And both Carter and Cologne collide, trying to save the ball. But they were unlucky in this particular play, as it is now 7-5. Again, PHSC still with a 2-point lead, as Rivera serves the ball. First touch by Frayer, then Carter. Hard shot by Cologne. Adds a point, 8-5. Cologne in the zone. Eight to 5 is the score, as Isabella Gonzalez, the sophomore from Miami, Florida, serves the ball for the Lady Bobcats. Here comes the set for Jacksonville, the attack. And that ball goes out of play. It is now 9-5, a 4-point lead for PHSC. Gonzalez will once again serve for the Lady Bobcats. Ball up in the air. The set, the attack, and a confirmed kill there by number 6, Quinn Krajic. Cuts down the lead to 3. 9-6 is the score for PHSC. Kira Kaltu, or Kaltur, I should say, will be serving for Jacksonville. The ball is up in the air. And that one is kept inbound, though. Bravo next to it. The lead is now cut down to 2. Kelter will once again serve for Jacksonville, the 5'6" freshman. Again wearing white, blue, and teal. And that one goes out of play past Cologne. So PHSC is now in double digits. 10-7 is the score. Hernandez is back in the game, as number 13, or 14 I should say, Alanis Cologne, the outside hitter, 5'10", will be serving it. Putting the ball in motion, up high. Ball is back out in play. Here comes the set by Gonzalez. Hard shot by Hernandez. It's off a Jacksonville player. And PHSC with another point. It is now 11-7. Cologne, the outside hitter, will once again serve for PHSC. Ball put up in the air. And the great play by Barber. The sense of urgency and timing. My goodness, what an excellent play by Barber once again. Just up in the middle, puts it down so sharply. Smooth as PHSC serves the ball that goes out of play. It is now 12-8, but nevertheless, Barber on top of her game. O'Call on top of her game, especially up front in the middle. Mason Turner, the Lee's Summit, Missouri resident, puts the ball up in the air. Gonzalez with the set, Barber with the attack. Ball is back in play. And one too many touches on that particular exchange for Jacksonville leads PHSC to have another point. It is 13-8 now with Andrea Bravo, the libero from Davenport, Florida, serving the ball for the Lady Bobcats. The Great Wall of Pasco formation up front. The set, here comes the attack. Ball is back in play though, thanks to Gonzalez. Cologne puts it in. Hard shot, great block, but it goes out of play on that instance with the effort of Hernandez and O'Call. It is 13-9 now. Lexi Pacheco will be serving it this time for Jacksonville. The sophomore from Orange Park, Florida, went to Orange Park High School. Once again, we are in the second set. PHSC leading 13-9 overall. Gonzalez, O'Call, ball is put back in play, tipped over the net. O'Call, Gonzalez, Barber, Barber! With the kill. The precision is on for Pasco-Hernando. 14-9 is the score now as Carter will be serving it for PHSC. Ball is up in the air. Here comes the attack, and that ball is, I believe, inbound. It was not. It actually went out of play. It is 15-9. Alana Carter, number 4, the defensive specialist from Wesley Chapel, Florida, will be serving the ball for PHSC. Ball is up in the air. The set, the attack. And a hard shot there by a Jacksonville player, number 16. Kira Hundley gets the job done. They actually enter double digits now. 15-10 is the score. Hundley serves the ball. Bravo. Then Cologne. Hernandez with a shot that's tipped up, back up in the air. A mistake there by Jacksonville. In this particular case, Krajic could not get it up as it went down and hit Jacksonville territory. Their side of things, it is 16-10 now. Sydney Freyer will be serving it for PHSC. Ball is up in the air. Here comes the set, the attack. Hard shot, tipped up back in the air though. And the job there by Jacksonville, number 15, that being Zoe Buchanan, adds a point for Florida State College of Jacksonville. 16-11 is the score. Buchanan, the Jacksonville, Florida resident, adds a point. 16-11 as number 19, Ashley Streffling, puts the ball up in the air. First touch by Bravo, then Carter. Cologne with her shot. Ball is back up in the air for Jacksonville. Time to reset. Ball is deflected by number 6. A block shot for Jacksonville from Quinn Krajic this time around adds a point for Jacksonville. It is a 4-point lead now for PHSC, 16-12. Ball is up in the air. Carter with the set, fake out, and the attack too far out by number 13, Kalen Polano-Reyes of PHSC. The Bobcats now have a 3-point lead. Ball up in the air. Set by Carter. Fake out. And a point for PHSC. A shot from Cologne is deflected off the hands of 2 Jacksonville players, and it goes out of bounds, meaning PHSC gets a point. 17-13 is the score. Avery O'Call, the middle hitter from Ocala, Florida, serves the ball. It is up in the air. And it's a point for PHSC. The Jacksonville bench shocked on that particular call. It is 18-13 this time around, a 5-point lead for the Lady Bobcats, as once again Carter will be serving. Carter puts the ball up in the air. Jacksonville preparing for their shot. A great job there by O'Call. Cologne with her shot. That one is reset by Jacksonville, however. And that one is tipped up, hits the top portion of the net, goes down early for PHSC. It is 18-14 now. A 4-point lead for PHSC. As number 0, Madeline Richter from Bristol, Florida, the 5'4" freshman, the defensive specialist, serving for the Manta Rays. Ball is up in the air. Resetting on that shot. They keep it in, however, Freyer doesn't do anything on that as it goes out of play. 19-14 is the score now, a 5-point lead for PHSC. Gonzalez is in the game. Barber is now in the game. Some celebration as, once again, PHSC is only a couple points away from reaching that 25 mark. Teams are in double digits here. Again, 19-14. The Bobcats leading against the Manta Rays as Gonzalez will serve. Gonzalez puts the ball up in the air. Set the attack. A kill there by Quinn Krajic of Jacksonville. Adds a point for the Manta Rays. Roars coming from the Manta Rays bench as number 2 on the roster, Kira Kalter, defensive specialist from Monuca, Illinois, puts the ball up in the air. The ball is set by Gonzalez. A shot by Cologne hits the net, and Jacksonville is now within 3 to tie it. Once again, Kalter will be serving the ball, the 5'6" freshman, putting the ball up in the air. Nice dig by Bravo, set by Gonzalez. Hard shot by Barber. It's going to go our way. A great dig, though, by Kalter as it went down to the right of me, and PHSC is now at 20. A valiant effort by Kalter. Nevertheless, PHSC is now in the 20 range. 20-16 is the score. They are within 5 to win the second set. Ball up in the air by Cologne. Here comes the set. Fake out attack. Goes past Bravo. PHSC now only holds a 3-point lead. Mason Turner is in for Jacksonville. She will be serving the ball this time around, again from Lee's Summit, Missouri, the 5'6" sophomore. And still a very close contest. Ball is up in the air. First touch by Hernandez, then goes back to Hernandez. Hernandez with the kill. Hernandez, Gonzalez back to Hernandez. And PHSC within 4 as Andrea Bravo will be serving the ball again. The sophomore from Davenport, Florida. Went to Osceola High School and is now a part of the Bobcat family here at PHSC. Ball is up in the air. Here comes the set. The attack, ball goes back out. Bravo with the first touch, then Gonzalez. Hard shot by O'Call. It's a point for PHSC. 22-17 is the score, and we're going to have a timeout. Jacksonville calling the timeout there. Once again, 22-17 is the score inside the second set. The Lady Bobcats doing everything they can to get set number 2. Again, a team has to win 3 sets in order to win a match. They have to reach it by winning 25 points. And when they reach that point, they have to lead at least by 2. And with 45 seconds, we'll have a quick timeout. Do not go anywhere. The results of the second set coming your way. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone, here in Newport Richey, Florida. I'm Robert Lynch-Jack, your voice for Bobcat Sports. It's women's volleyball here on the West Campus. PHSC leading 1-0 overall. They're leading the second set right now, 22-17. They are just 3 points away of winning the second set and having a 2-0 overall score. Again, a team has to win 3 sets in order to win a match. They're up against Jacksonville in tonight's game here. Hard shot. A little too low for Gonzalez. It is 22-18 now. Again, PHSC still up 22-18. The Lady Bobcats coming in with a 2-8 overall record in tonight's home game. Jacksonville with a 4-6 overall record. PHSC hoping to get their first conference win of the season. Cologne, Gonzalez. A communication error there from Gonzalez to O'Call adds another point for Jacksonville. 22-19 is now the score as number 9 for Jacksonville. Kennedy Walker from Branford, Florida. The 5'9" sophomore puts the ball up in the air, but it goes out of play. 23-19 is now the score. Reyes is in the game. Number 13 for the Bobcats, and number 4, Alana Carter, is in the game. She'll be serving in this particular exchange. Carter, the defensive specialist from Wesley Chapel, Florida, puts the ball up in the air. A great job there by PHSC. Great serve by Carter as their defensive specialist for Jacksonville. That being, I believe, number 2, unable to grab it, but nevertheless, PHSC within 1. Carter puts the ball up in the air. Ball is up. Here's the set, the attack. Bravo. Carter, hard shot by Hernandez. Jacksonville resets. Bravo, back to Carter. Here's a hard shot. It's going to be out of play, hits the basketball hoop. Great job there by Kaylin Polano Reyes, and they win the second set, 25-19 here. PHSC leading 2-0 now. The Lady Bobcats within 1 set to win this game and have one of the very few shutout wins that they've had so far. Having your first conference win as a shutout would be magical, but nevertheless, the Bobcats still have to finish it out. They still have to make sure that they can win this thing. This is not like the Super Bowl with New England and Atlanta. So nevertheless, with 2 minutes and 23 seconds, it does give me some great time here to talk about some of the future events coming up with a pause in the action. We want to remind you that September 13th, Sunday, the Bobcats will have their next home conference game against St. John's River State College at 1 p.m. located here on the West Campus Building K. The game is free for everyone to attend, and you can watch it on the PHSC Athletics YouTube channel. And with 1 minute and 53 seconds before we enter the third set, we're going to take a quick break. Do not go anywhere. More Bobcat action coming your way. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. Here we are entering the third set of some volleyball action. The Lady Bobcats hoping to get their first ever home conference win. Again, the Bobcats entering tonight's game 2-8, 10th in the division. The Bobcats doing some great magic here against Jacksonville, who come 4-6. As the Bobcats are standing out here, again, they switched sides. Bobcats to the right, Jacksonville to the left in terms of my perspective here on the broadcasting table. And Jacksonville still trying to hold on here. PHSC hoping to get the job done. Back-to-back excellent sets here for PHSC. Deanne Wilson earlier in the timeout here, the commercial break, was talking to her team, talking about how to get the job done here. They've done everything they need to do in order to be successful, and they hope to replicate that success here as once again, PHSC will be serving this time around. Number 14, Alanis Colon, the outside hitter from Orlando, Florida, will be serving the ball. Ball is up in the air. The set, here comes the attack. Goes right past Sarah Hernandez. Number 16 on that particular play for the Manta Rays. That being Kira Hundley with the confirmed kill. As number 4, Lexi Pacheco will be serving from Orange Park, Florida. The freshman or sophomore puts the ball up in the air, I should say. Nice job there by Barber. Ball's deflected back out. Hard shot. Goes past Andrea Bravo. It is now 2-0. Jacksonville leading early inside the third set. Something I noticed, by the way, Sarah Hernandez, number 5, is wearing bandages, all over her left leg. So she is fighting out there tonight. Pacheco serving the ball, but it hits the net. So the game is now 2-1. PHSC only down by 1. Hernandez with some great plays so far. Again, wearing bandages all over her right leg. Ball is up in the air thanks to Bravo. The set, the attack. It's a point for PHSC. 2-2 is the score. Getting that call there. Just confirming it. The game is tied 2-2 inside the third set as Andrea Bravo will be serving it for Pasco-Hernando. Putting the ball up in the air. And that one is inbound. It counts as a point for PHSC. They break the tie. 3-2 is the score. Great job by Bravo. Serving accuracy is what they've been talking about all season, is to improve on that factor. And these past two plays have shown that for at least Pasco-Hernando, as Bravo will be serving the ball back up in the air. Here comes the set, the attack, goes past Andrea Bravo, and I believe once again it was number 16 for Jacksonville, that being Hundley, getting the kill on that particular exchange. It is 3-3 as Hundley will be serving it for the Manta Rays. First touch by Bravo, then Gonzalez. Barber with her shot deflected. It's a point for PHSC. 4-3 is the score. Reyes is in the game for Gonzalez. Barber is out as Carter steps in. Alana Carter, the defensive specialist from Wesley Chapel, Florida, serving the ball here. 4-3 is the score as we hit the 7 o'clock hour. Ball up in the air, the attack. A communication error by Hernandez with attempted dive by Reyes. Leads the game to be tied early inside the third set. 4-4 is the score. The Bobcats hoping to do some more. Number 19, Ashley Streffling from Galen, Michigan, the 5'4" sophomore, serving the ball for Jacksonville. Ball is up in the air. Hard shot by Reyes, but they reset. Reyes, Carter, Hernandez. Ball is deflected back out to Jacksonville. They reset. Hard block shot by the efforts of O'Call and Reyes. Leads it to 5-4 now. Again, the Great Wall of Pasco doing the job. Great defensive line up front as Sydney Freyer now will be serving it for PHSC. Ball up in the air as it goes out of play. Sydney Freyer was named the defensive player of the week, I believe earlier back in late August, the week of the 29th. As Jacksonville will be serving the ball now, the Manta Rays, number 0, Madeline Witzter from Bristol, Florida. That ball goes past Andrea Bravo on that deep left corner. It is 6-5 now. Ritzler will once again reset and serve. The 5'4" freshman from Bristol, Florida. Ritzler putting the ball in motion. Bravo, then Freyer goes back out to Cologne. Ball is back up in the air for Jacksonville. Great job by Carter. Cologne once again putting it back out. You have Reyes, Bravo, then Cologne. Hard shot that goes out of play. It is now 7-5. Jacksonville leading by 2. Richter will once again be serving. The freshman from Bristol, Florida, makes her mark. Bravo, Carter, fake out. O'Call gets the point for PHSC. It is now a 1-point game, 7-6. Jacksonville still in control as Avery O'Call, number 6, will be serving for Pasco-Hernando, the middle hitter and opposite hitter. Puts the ball in play. Here comes the set, the fake out and attack. It goes out of play, and the game is tied 7-7. Richter for Jacksonville telling her teammates what to do here as the ball is served up by O'Call. Hard shot that's deflected off the net on top of it and goes past O'Call in the back corner. It is 8-7. Once again, we are in the third set here. PHSC leading 2-0 overall as Kira Calitur will be serving the ball. Calitur from Manuka, Illinois. Kept in by Carter. And Reyes with a shot that was a little too low, hit the net, went back down slowly and unable to recover. It is now 9-7. as Kaltur, again the 5'6" freshman from Minooka, Illinois, will be serving the ball. She's a defensive specialist. Again, PHSC wearing gray and yellow. The shot by Cologne is a confirmed kill. 9-8 now with the efforts there of Bravo. But there is some indecision. We thought it was a point. Now the officials are coming together. Yep, the officials are coming together. If anyone wants to know here, Deanne Wilson not happy with the call. PHSC celebrating first on that particular play. And they called it for Pasco-Hernando. Getting some discussion here from the center official and then Deanne Wilson. As number 2, Isabella Gonzalez will be serving for Pasco-Hernando. A call for PHSC. It makes it a 1-point game now inside the third set. Cheers from the Jacksonville bench to amp up the Manta Rays. Gonzalez, the sophomore from Miami, Florida. It's getting loud in here as the ball is put up in play. Here comes the set, the third touch. Ball is deflected, kept in somehow, some way by their defensive specialist. Cubero with her shot that goes over. A ball that's tipped up by Andrea Bravo, goes past Sydney Freyer. Jacksonville enters double digits. 10-8 is now the score. The official seeing if number 10, Kaden Barber, is okay. She was a little upset after that last play, but these women are so resilient. As that shot by Jacksonville goes out of play, the serve there by Madeline Richter leads it to be now a 1-point game. Alanis Cologne, the outside hitter from Orlando, Florida, will be serving the ball for PHSC. Great wall of Pasco formation up front. Ball is up in the air for Jacksonville. Fake out. Hard block shot that goes inside Bobcats territory. Hit Barber and then Cubero. It is now 11-9. 11-9 is the score, with Jacksonville leading as number 4, Lexi Pacheco from Orange Park, Florida, the 5'4" sophomore, will be serving the ball. Pacheco puts the ball up in the air. First touch by Bravo, then Gonzalez. Fake out Hernandez with a shot. Ball is kept in somehow, some way, but will go out of play. A point for PHSC. They now are in double-digit range. 10-11 is the score. They're down by 1. Andrea Bravo, the 5'5" sophomore, puts the ball up in the air. The touch, the set, here comes the attack. A confirmed kill by number 15, Zoe Buchanan. Leads Jacksonville to have a 12-10 game so far inside the third set. They're only up by 2, but nevertheless, the Bobcats try to roll on. Hernandez with a blocked shot that goes over. It's a confirmed kill by PHSC. Hit the top of the net, then went down. Once again, it is a 1-point game. PHSC at 11, Jacksonville at 12. As Alana Carter, the setter, defensive specialist from Wesley Chapel, Florida, will be serving it for the Lady Bobcats. Ball is up in the air. Here comes the set. The attack, great shot, great blocked shot, I should say. The game is tied. Excellent job by Hernandez and then Kaylin Polano Reyes. I'm telling you, it's a wall up there. Carter with the serve goes into Jacksonville territory. A point for PHSC. It is 13-12 now. They lead it by 1 inside the third set. Carter, number 4, will once again be serving for Pasco-Hernando. Ball is up in the air. The set, the attack, confirmed kill for Jacksonville. That being number 6, Quinn Krajic. The 5'10" sophomore able to tie the game here for Jacksonville as number 19, Ashley Streffling from Galen, Michigan. The 5'4" sophomore will be serving for the Manta Rays. Ball goes back out to Jacksonville. They reset. Ball is up in the air. Bravo. Then here's a hard shot. Jacksonville resets. Bravo keeps it in. Carter. Here comes Hernandez with her shot. Jacksonville now resets again. Here comes the third touch. Carter, Bravo, now in the center. Ball goes back out to Jacksonville. And a tipped shot by Carter. It goes out of play, and Jacksonville breaks the tie. 14-13 is now the score. PHSC only down by 1. Streffling for Jacksonville will be serving the ball, number 19. Putting the ball up in the air. Carter with the set. Here comes the attack by Hernandez. Hernandez stepping back as this shot goes right. Carter with the set. Ball back out in play. And a great job there by Cologne. Ties the game 14-14. Hernandez sits back down on the bench as Sydney Freyer steps in. Freyer, the defensive specialist from Palm Harbor, Florida, the 5'7" freshman, steps up now. She'll be serving the ball for PHSC. Ball is up in the air. Game is tied here. Goes past Freyer. It's a point for Jacksonville. 15-14 is the score. Kira Kauter from Minooka, Illinois. The freshman, 5'6". Defensive specialist is serving the ball. She puts it up in the air for Jacksonville. First touch by Freyer. Then Carter goes back to Freyer. It's kept into Jacksonville's side. One touch that is up in the air. It's a point for Jacksonville. Cologne, I think, with one too many touches on that particular call. And PHSC, Deanne Wilson, calls a timeout. 16-14 is the score here. Jacksonville leading inside the third set. We will take a quick commercial break. Do not go anywhere. More Bobcat action coming your way. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone, here in Newport Richey, Florida. I'm Robert Lischak, your voice for Bobcat Sports. PHSC up against Florida State College of Jacksonville. The home game here on the West Campus, Building K. PHSC leading 2-0 overall in terms of sets. But right now, inside the third set, Jacksonville with a 2-point lead, 16-14. In the commercial break, Deanne Wilson talking to her fellow players. The head coach in her 8th season talking about the middle shot. Talking about how to extend when that middle shot is coming their way in particular. In the same vein, for example, of how PHSC was able to get so many kills was that middle shot. They didn't have enough time to react. Now it's the opposite. PHSC not having enough time to react to the middle shot here in this scenario. So PHSC and the Lady Bobcats here emphasizing that, as once again, it is 16 to now 15. They added a point. And I'm hearing it now by the officials here. They did add a point for PHSC. In the meantime, 16 to 15 is now the confirmed score. Some discussion with Deanne Wilson and her assistant coach, on that. Again, 16 to 15 is the score. While we were away, it was 16 to 14. They added a point for PHSC. Trying to understand the reason as to why. It might have been a scoring error potentially, but trying to get that confirmation. We'll try to get it somehow, some way. And if not, it is the way that it is. Getting substitutions for Jacksonville here. Richter is in the game for Jacksonville, is number 6 for the Lady Bobcats. Avery O'Call will be serving. A 1-point game now, as the officials added a point for PHSC. Might have been lost in the sauce. O'Call with her shot goes up in the air. Here comes the set, the attack. Ball is tipped up. First touch by Freyer, then Carter. Fake out, hard shot by Rays. Jacksonville resets. You got Freyer, Carter calling it now. Cologne with her shot. That goes back out. Freyer, Carter, fake out. Hard shot there by number 13, Kalen Polano Rays, but it goes out of bounds. I'm looking at the middle official. He either was going for PHSC or Jacksonville, but they called it for Jacksonville. The Manta Rays with a 2-point lead inside the third set. As number 10, Julissa Rivera, or Julissa, I should say, Rivera, wearing number 10 for Jacksonville. The 5'5" sophomore holding the ball and giving it to number 2 on the roster, Kira Kalter, serving the ball this time around. 5'6" freshman. Deanne Wilson once again communicating with her fellow players. Again, Deanne Wilson entering her 8th season. Again, I think they're talking about something in particular to the last exchange, but just making sure. They're going to now resume play for Jacksonville and PHSC. Again, Kalter for Jacksonville will be serving the ball. She's wearing the white uniform. You have Freyer, Carter, and a bounce back shot. Great dig by Freyer. Cologne with her shot. It's a kill. A narrow shot on the left side ties the game 17 to 17. Great dig by Sydney Freyer to keep the play alive, and then once again Cologne able to get the kill. 17 to 17 is now the score. The game is tied as Isabella Gonzalez, the setter, 5'10" from Miami, Florida, will be serving for the Lady Bobcats. Defensive formation up front, the Great Wall of Pasco, as the ball is put into play. Hard shot, Bravo. Freyer goes back with the set. Bravo calls for it, goes back into motion for Jacksonville. Fake out. Here comes the attempted kill. Gonzalez. Cologne with her shot. It's a kill by Cologne. Cologne in the zone. 17 to 16 is the score. 1-point lead for PHSC, as Gonzalez will once again serve for the Lady Bobcats. We are in the third set. Ball is up in the air. Fake out. And one too many touches. The hands go over the net. And PHSC adds a point. 18 to 16 now. Gonzalez will once again be serving for the Lady Bobcats here. Freyer past Gonzalez. Then you have Bravo in the center. And then the rest of the Bobcats up front at top of the net. That ball is tipped. It goes down swiftly. And PHSC with another point, 19-16. And Jacksonville will be calling a timeout here. 19-16 is the score. PHSC within 1 to hit 20. Again, a team has to reach 25 points, however, to win a set and lead by 2 when they reach that particular point. And with 54 seconds, we will take a quick break right now. PHSC up 2-0 overall. They are winning this third set so far, 19-16. We will see the result of the third set very soon. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back. Let's go back live. Hello, everyone. Welcome back here to New Perici, Florida. The Lady Bobcats up 3, 19-16 inside the third set, as Isabella Gonzalez will be serving it once again for Pasco-Hernando. The Lady Bobcats up against the Manta Rays of Jacksonville. Here's the set, the attack. Freyer, then Gonzalez. Colon with her shot. Ball is tipped. Here's another shot. It's a confirmed kill by number 9 on the roster here. Kennedy Walker, the 5'9" sophomore from Branford, Florida, gets a point for Jacksonville. It is 19-17 now. Ball is up in the air from Riviera as that one goes down on the ground. And now it is a 1-point game for PHSC. Went down early for Freyer as Julissa Rivera from Orange Park, Florida puts the ball in motion. Freyer, Gonzalez. Ball back up in motion for Jacksonville. Bravo, then Gonzalez, fake out. They reset though. Hard shot. Ball could not be kept in play, however, as it went down slowly on the deep right side. With Gonzalez and Barber, the game is tied 19-19 now inside the third set. Julissa Rivera will once again serve for the Jacksonville Manta Rays. Again, Florida State College of Jacksonville entering tonight's game with a 4-6 overall record, hoping to get their second conference win, but PHSC, hoping to get their first. Block shot as Jacksonville resets. First touch by Bravo, then Gonzalez. There's Barber. It remains inbound by Barber, and PHSC with the kill. It is 20-19 now. PHSC within 5. 5 points away, and PHSC can get their first conference win of the season. They lead it by 1 against Jacksonville. Ball is up in the air by Colon. Ball put back out. Bravo, then Gonzalez. Hard shot by Barber goes out of play. The game is tied 20-20. Once again, the game is tied 20-20 as we hit 7:25 Eastern Time. Kennedy Walker serving the ball for Jacksonville. Ball is up in the air. Bravo, Barber, Hernandez with her shot. And they keep it in somehow for Jacksonville. Gonzalez with the set. Hard shot by Barber. Barber gets it done. Barber on a roll. Deanne Wilson telling her teammates her fellow players, I should say, to reset as Andrea Bravo puts the ball in motion for Jacksonville. And that goes out of play, so the game is now tied 21-21. Again, Deanne Wilson always up in front with her players, trying to assess the situation hand by hand, play by play. It's 1 point at a time mentality. As Hernandez to Gonzalez, then the ball is deflected, put it back out though. Gonzalez, Barber with the third touch, ball is tipped. And with that, PHSC is within 3. Great job by Barber as the ball was slowly trickling down. Manta Rays all over the place. It is 22-21. As number 4, Alana Carter, the setter, 5'6" from Wesley Chapel, Florida, puts the ball in motion. Ball is up high. Here comes the set, the attack. Ball is put back. Cologne to Hernandez. But it hits the top of the net. The game is now tied 22-22. This is a close game, folks. This could change the dynamics of the entire game, potentially the season. As it goes out of bounds, that shot by Jacksonville. It is 23-22 now. Again, the Bobcats have 2 more home games, and then they go away for about 7 games, entering late September to early October. Here's a shot right there. That is a confirmed kill by number 9, or number 8, I should say, Kara Conyers with that one. Number 8 from Bristol, Florida, was in the middle of Bobcats territory, and the game is tied. And Conyers will be serving it, the 5'9" freshman for Jacksonville. Bravo, then Carter, then O'Call. Ball goes back in play for Jacksonville, however. Cologne, Carter, Hernandez. Jacksonville resets. Blocked shot. Jacksonville puts it up once again. And it's a kill for Jacksonville. 24-23 now is the score. A deep right corner shot past 2 fellow Bobcats. And now Jacksonville is within 1 to at least win the 3rd set. Conyers will once again serve for the Manta Rays. Ball is up in the air. Bravo, Carter, Cologne, and they get it! They get it! And it's 24-24. A great shot deflected off of a Manta Ray in the center of their side. It is 24-24. Everyone waiting to see who will get it first. Served by O'Call. Blocked shot that goes down into Bobcats territory, and we will have to wait for the Bobcats here to do a move of some sort, because the Manta Rays have to lead it by 2. And right now we are at the climax of this 3rd set. 25-24. Again, a team has to win by 25, and when they reach that point, they have to lead at least by 2. So when you see 25, you're like, oh, it has to be over. It's not over. Again, they have to lead by 2. And the Bobcats here slipping slightly on a couple of those plays. A back-and-forth affair with the Manta Rays and the Lady Bobcats, as now the Manta Rays are back out on their side of the court. Again, 24-25 is the score. PHSC down by 1 in terms of tying this thing. Jacksonville will be serving the ball. Kira Kaltur will be serving it for Jacksonville. The 5'6" freshman dribbling the ball. PHSC in their defensive formation. Ball is up in the air. Cologne, Carter, back to Cologne. Ball is deflected up in the air. There's the set. Here comes the attack. It goes out of play, and the game is tied. (25-25) is the score. Crew is in the game for Carter. Looking at who's over there to the right of me, it's number 13, Kaylin Polano-Reyes, serving the ball for Pasco-Hernando. Ball is up in the air. Here comes the attack. Crew, Bravo, Cologne. Ball is tipped. Jacksonville calling for it. Hard shot. Here's Cologne. Then Crew. Back to Cologne. Dig by Jacksonville. Bravo. Crew. Shot by Hernandez. And they get it! Hernandez gets it right there. 26-25 is the score. Hernandez with middle court heroics, and we're going to have a timeout. Jacksonville within 2, PHSC within 1 at least to win this entire game. A back and forth affair is the best words I can describe this. I know I sound quite excited, but it's true. PHSC has an opportunity here to shine through. And with 52 seconds here, we will take a quick break. Do not go anywhere, I promise you. We will be right back. Welcome back, everyone, here inside the third set. It is 26-25. A team has to lead by 2 in order to win a set. PHSC on the verge of something beautiful here as they serve the ball. Ball is up in the air, and they're going to get it! They're going to get it! Reyes with the shot! And PHSC gets their first ever conference win. The record is now 3-8. As Jacksonville falters to a 4-7 overall record. The Lady Bobcats celebrating right in front of me. A game like no other so far this season. PHSC will have their next opportunity tomorrow at 1 p.m. against St. John's River State College, as they're going to have their group huddle here. I'm going to try to see if I can get Deanne Wilson over to talk about the game, since it was a successful win for the Lady Bobcats. Do not go anywhere. The post-game result and interview in just a few moments. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. Here, I'm Robert Luschak, your voice for Bobcat Sports. The Lady Bobcats doing something amazing here. They get their first ever conference win. And Deanne Wilson, tell me the emotions in that third set.
Yeah, the girls played tough. I mean, they played hard. Every set you play, the team that your opponent's going to play even harder. So you can't let up. They did a really good job. We got down by a couple, but then they just stayed steady. I was really proud of them. And then it was super close at the end. We ran out of subs. They ran out of subs. We had some people playing in positions that they had to step up, and they did, and they came through. So that was awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you guys have your next home game tomorrow at 1 p.m.
Yes.
against St. John's River State College. I mean, after this win, what is your advice to your Lady Bobcats about tomorrow potentially?
Yeah, tomorrow we got to play. We got to play just as good today, maybe even better. Okay, tomorrow a little bit more firepower on the offense on the other team. We're gonna face a little bit bigger team physically, so we just got to come ready to play and compete. So this is, I think, a really good step in that direction, and to bring us into tomorrow. So
absolutely great game,
yeah.
Deanne. Thank you so much for joining us again. I'm Robert Luschak for PHSC Athletics. For everyone here, stay safe and good night, everyone.